Chava.
They published. This Parsha, Torah tells us that a month about after Am Yisrael came out of Egypt, all of a sudden, all of them came to Moshe, we have no food. What did they have till now? The Gemara says they took out of Egypt leftover dough. Talking about millions of people. And as the Rabbi Aderet said, they put it on the head and the sun baked it. And that piece of matzah, of dough they took out, lasted for 1 month. It's very, very strange. Not only lasted 1 month, at the same day, at the same moment, talking about millions of people, they all came to Moshe and said, listen, we got no food. He said, what did you have yesterday? The leftover dough. You also. So all the millions of people finished, and it was lasted for each one. Whatever it took. Everybody had the same leftover dough. We don't know how much. We just put it on the head. How much can they have? So it was as that miracle lasted 1 month, and the miracle continued on the day after 1 month, exactly 1 month. The Rabbi Aderet, the 15th day of Iyar, came to Moshe and said, we got them. Moshe tells Aaron, you go and you tell them Hashem wants to speak to you. They come to us in the text. Moshe said, Hashem told me to tell you that you're right. Very strange. Why are they right or wrong? So you should not complain. You have emunah. Of course you have emunah after what you saw. Splitting Yamsuf, after you saw everything. What do you mean you have no emunah? Of course you have emunah. No. She said, they don't have. How come you scream to Hashem, but Hashem is not upset this time? He said, you know what? I'm going to bring you bread from the sky. That's not really bread. The Torah calls it meal bread. From the sky. So I bring it from the sky. Like there's a well of Miriam. There's water coming. Hashem brought so-called rock, the shape of a ball, and it rolls around together with Am Yisrael, all those 42 stops they had. I don't know I don't know if it's the size of the ball. I don't know the size of it. It's about a ball was rolling by itself. And every stop, the ball stopped. The water started to come out from the ball. Niagara Falls, coming water. And the Gemara says every president of every tribe used to come next to the ball, and with a stick, and go with the stick from the ball back to his tribe, and then they had water. The Gemara says there's so much water they had to use a canoe to cross. Somebody must speak to somebody else. So how are you going to go? I says everything was river, Amsterdam. The whole thing is river. So, okay, now you need food. Okay, Hashem do the same thing with food. Hashem can do something. Somebody produce food. Same idea. Hashem does not have any limitation. You want food? I give you food. Where is it going to grow? What do you mean it's going to grow? Every day it's going to grow from the ground. It's not hard for Hashem. Happen to be, the Gemara says that when Mashiach will come, the ground will produce bread and even clothing. It's a Gemara. So, I've been in the desert also. Hashem, no. From Shamayim, I give you from Shamayim. Okay, give it from Shamayim. And here are the descriptions and the laws of this thing. It's not just, you get it. I'll tell you. Okay, first of all, you should know each person has to have the exact amount every day. It doesn't matter how much you're going to collect. It's going to come down. Some people have to collect. The people that said the Gemara says came next to the door, but still, you go outside with a shovel and you fill up the bag. Doesn't matter how much you fill. You get home, you put it on the table. It's going to need the same measurement every day. Omer, size, 42 eggs about 5 pounds. Every day, 5 pounds. Every day the same. Every person is the same. Tall guy and short guy, heavy guy and skinny guy, a young guy, an older guy. How can it be such a thing? I don't understand. Why do you expect a baby, 2 years old, 3 years old, whatever it is, until they stop nursing? So you can have the same amount like a person 40, 50, 60 years old? It's a very strange thing. Why? Why Hashem does it? It's a very big miracle. Coming down, go coming down. But what is the purpose? The Torah says, listen, you go outside, start collecting, don't fill up your bag. Doesn't matter. Whatever you collect, come home, you put it on the table. You collected too much, it's going to shrink. You collected very little, it's going to expand. It's very, very strange. First description. Okay. Second thing, when it's going to do, especially do will come on the floor, and then the man will fall on top of it, and then another do on top of it. The Gemara says, Shabbat, we should cover the chalot. Zecher laman. We have to remember the man because they do on the bottom, do on top. What the person think in his head? Why have to cover the chalot? So they have to cover it because they're on the table. So they have something on the bottom. You chala is like the man. Chala is like the man. Chala is just what do you mean? Remember the man is the Yotzev the man. Okay, next one. Hashem said this would Moshe go tell them that they cannot live from one day to the next. Of course, some explanation people will tell you it means you have emunah. So you should have emunah. Okay, so 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. By the way, what do you mean emunah? I believe in Hashem. It's what do you mean emunah? If I don't believe in Hashem, I wouldn't be there. Hashem did the Termakot, the plagues in Egypt, and they split Yam Suf. And here, every day, the well of Miriam, I have water, unlimited water, unlimited water, eating, drinking, washing, everything. Everything. So why I can live one day? And also, how much I have? Listen, by the way, I couldn't finish it. So, what shall I do with the rest? I left for the next day. Don't leave the next day. When you leave the next day, worms will come inside. And then the Torah says, Dathan Abiram left from one day to the next, and the worms was worms. And Moshe says, what did you do? What's the big deal? So I left it. So what? So what if I left it? What do you want me to do? Just throw it in the garbage? I have never left. So what's the problem with this? Okay. Then comes Moshe and says, I want to tell you something else. You have to keep Shabbat. What Shabbat has to do with the money? Shabbat doesn't do money. They said, Friday, Moshe forgot to tell them, Hashem told Moshe, and Am Yisrael came to Moshe and said, hey, Friday we went outside and we collected and put it on the table. We see 10 pounds instead of 5 pounds. Moshe said, this I forgot to tell you. He said, this is, Hashem said, Shabbat won't come down. Won't come down. Why come down? What's the problem to come down? Well, Hashem doesn't want you to go outside, maybe. That's the reason. Hashem said, get, Amazon. Hashem should send me the package. Anyways, some people got this package, the Gemara says. So what's the problem? You can. Shabbat is not going to come. What's the problem? Rain comes on Shabbat. Yeah, okay, so Mann will come on Shabbat also. Moshe said, don't come outside. I said, don't go outside. Stay at home. What's the problem to stay? I want to take a walk. Okay. So man came, so some people went, but Rabbi Aderet spread outside some man from Friday on the street. They said, oh, it did come. Hashem said, Hashem very upset. What did you do? Why? You don't listen to me. So what do you want for my life? What do you want for my life? Hashem is upset. Hashem says, Moshe, okay. Now what I would like you to do is, this means you have to do is to take some man. This is the thing, put it in the jar. In the jar, put it in the Tamigdash. Now it's a Mishkan, it's going to be a Tamigdash. It says the Tamigdash was a jar with man, and the Gemara says people came to Yirmiyahu and said, well, Parnasa. And he goes, oh, Parnasa? Look, the man. I said, I don't understand what you say. He's a dead man, so I was in the desert. I didn't have a mortgage. I didn't have to buy gas. I didn't have to do anything. No furniture, nothing. I was the whole day, I was on the street. Okay, so mom was, I just had to buy. You have to go to buy clothes, you have to buy things, I have a house. What do you mean, Mom? What do you mean, show me this? What do you mean, show me? I should have emunah in Hashem? Of course I have emunah in Hashem. we start from the beginning, instead of Bereshit, of course, now Hashem came to the Gan Eden, Hashem told him, come. He showed him all the trees. I said, there's one tree over here, don't touch it. It's called Etzadah, don't touch it. What's the problem? Why shouldn't they eat? Why? What's the problem? Tell me. Why? It's a test. Hashem could have told Abraham, listen, don't lie down on your side. Why I cannot eat from it? Can you tell me why I cannot eat from it? What's the problem with this one? It's poison. There's also no, actually not. So those actually, Hashem should have eaten from it. If you would not have ate on Friday, ate 2 hours before sunset. If you would not have eaten, you would wait 2 more hours, then you can eat. Gemara says you ate it ahead of time. I said, what's the problem exactly? Tell me what's the problem. What's the problem to eat this? What's the problem? I don't understand. Okay. So ate. Hashem's upset. So Gemara has a machloket between Chachamim, Rabbi Aderet. The third one, remember right now, maybe you remember. The third one is, what was the tree? What was it? One Chacham said it was wheat. One Chacham said it was grape. One Chacham said it was fig. And Mutamid said it was etrog. Also, I think leads to that etrog. What do you mean you have machloket? What do you have? After Adam Rishon ate from the tree, can't have it water. Adam Rishon lived 930 years. He saw Hanoch. He saw Metushelach. Hanoch saw Noah. Noah, Shem and Noah saw Abraham Avinu. What do you mean you don't know what it was? The whole Tanakh is Ruach HaKodesh. Read the Tanakh. What Eliyahu Navi spoke to Elisha, all the secrets, Chachamim, them, everything Ruach HaKodesh. Chachamim know everything. You don't know what was it? That is reading. That was did not tell anybody. How come you didn't I ate from the tree. So what was it? Well, one Chacham said it was weird. What do you mean one Chacham? Impossible. Just impossible. The Mann did not tell it. Impossible. Even if he didn't tell it, Chachamim should have figured out by themselves. There's no kind of machloket about this. Continue. The Torah tells you a story. One day, night of Pesach, Yitzchak called Esav and wants to give him a bracha. He said, I want you to go and catch something. Then he said, I will give you a bracha. Why give him a bracha? Because he eat what? He barbecue. Because of that he can give him a bracha. What's the bracha? I said, just give him to give me. I want to give him to a salad. I used to go hunting now. I don't understand you. Go back. You must tell him a bracha. The Torah tells you that Rivka called Yaakov and she said, I heard your father sent Esav to get something that usually he gives him a deer. So let me tell you something. You go to the backyard and you get the 2 goats and I prepare for your father. It's the same taste as the deer. It's a strange thing. Strange thing to think about Yitzchak, that he knows tastes. So, Ma says Yitzchak, 123 years old, he's blind. He's going to catch it. By the way, he's not going to catch it. Put a lot of ketchup, a lot of garlic, a lot of salt. If he hate that, he doesn't have high blood pressure. And give onion powder, and oregano, and all these spices. You won't know what it is? Wheat spices. No, you should know. You go, and the deer have the same taste, go do it. The Torah says, yeah, did this. You go to Yitzchak Avinu. Yeah, I ate it. Give him one. So the Ari says this. Somebody asked the Ari, why if somebody doesn't eat, he does. You should think. But the Neshamah goes out. It comes, he died. What he done? How come the Neshamah left? The Ari says the Neshamah eats the taste. That's the energy. It's a spiritual energy. The taste is spiritual energy. And if you don't eat, the Neshamah doesn't get an energy. It doesn't get energy, it's not pure. The Neshamah leaves. Continues on. question is, why did Hashem make so many tastes? Why? Why have so many foods? He wants so many tastes. For what? What's the purpose? The Ram said the person maybe should have eaten a straw, whatever taste. But Hashem made it. And the way the Gemara says the person is gonna be asked, and then did you eat all the things that I made for you? No, why did you eat it? Why did Hashem make it? Hashem put Adam Hashem the then so you see all the trees. You see, eat from all the trees. He doesn't want to eat it. He doesn't want to eat. Sounds like a command. Hashem told Adam Hashem, you must eat from the trees. But don't eat from the tree. So what's the problem with this one? So that is like this. A person has 248 limbs. A man. Ladies have 250. Ladies have 2 limbs over, more than a man. And a man has 248 limbs and 165 veins. Together 630. And it says, Rabbi Aderet says it in his book, that the body of the person is the suit for his Neshamah. And the Neshamah of the person has 613 pieces. And every piece of the Neshamah they comply to one of the things, either a limb or a vein. And the taste that the person has supplies energy to his limbs and to his bones. That's why Hashem created all those tastes, because the Neshama, so-called, eats the taste. And Hashem then you must eat. I don't want to eat. The Gemara says somebody does ta'anit, just wants to do ta'anit. So the Gemara says, you're a sinner. I'm not a sinner. You're a sinner. Ta'anit, what are you talking about? No, you're a sinner. You know why? Because you are torturing the Neshama. The Neshama is a piece of Hashem. And you're not giving food to the Neshama. You don't eat. The Gemara says, Hashem you're a sinner. You have to know what to do. But it's not just, I don't today. Today is a sin. No, I'm going to die. It's not so simple. You're going to die for a person. It's a real reason, yeah. But if it's no reason for that, you make a sin. Because your Neshama wants food. The food of the Neshama is the taste. And that's exactly what happened on creation. Listen, see this. Eat, but you don't eat. What you eat, he says, this is an obligation. So you eat the taste. You don't want to eat the food. It's a level that the person should reach in his lifetime. I'm hungry. Did you know what it means hungry? Tell you what it means. It means your body needs energy. But not the physical body, the Neshama. That the physical body covers, he needs. So when you eat, you don't eat. You didn't eat because you want the body to be strong. You want the Neshama, the 630 pieces of Neshama that's inside you, the body, 248 limbs and 365 veins. That's why I'm going to eat. That's what Shum Bar Yochai said to Rabbi Aderet in the Zohar. Rabbi Aderet, his father, Rabbi Shimon, says, how come the people that sit down and they learn, they're not as strong? Shum Bar Yochai said, you don't understand? They don't want to be strong. They don't eat for physical strength. They eat so-called for physical strength to the spiritual part of the body. So they don't care about the body. Who cares about the body? I don't care about my body. I care about the Neshama that I have in my body. And the Neshama needs to get supplied. And the food that I eat, I don't eat for me. So all the food is a vitamin. It's a vitamin for the Neshama. That's the person of our life. This is the Mann. Zohar is very, very, very strong about it. The person sits down to eat, you have this in mind. Then the Rambam said all the food is not good for you because you think while you're eating for the body that I should have strength. You only in the Neshamah to be strong. Eventually, the body is getting from it, and the body keeps the Neshamah inside because without the body, the Neshamah doesn't stay. But even the Baris is, a coin which cannot walk in Betamidosh. Every day they used to put all the Kohanim MRI. Every morning was a bedin. So it's a Gemara, it's a Mishnah. Kohanim used to come in the morning before you go on the job. You don't go on the job. Before you go on the job, they can screen you. The whole body. If you have something extra that grows on you, you have pus or something, then you can walk. Every day. What's the problem? You cut yourself, something missing a limb, something. So what's the problem? Hashem said you cannot walk in this. Well, you have a moon, a blemish, you can walk. What's the problem? And the Mishnah is so strict, the Mishnah says, the Gemara says, that after the screening, so the coin that came out clear from the MRI, he used to sing and say, thank God. And whoever didn't pass so-called the test, the MRI, used to wear black clothing and say, sorry, I can't accept today, I can't accept. What's the problem? Well, I cut my finger, I'm missing a tip of my finger, something is missing, I got here, something wrong. Because that's what it means, because the body of a person is a cover for the Neshamah. The Neshamah has 613 pieces, and if something is missing or something extra that covers the Neshamah, it means something is wrong with his spiritual body, and then you cannot walk Hashem. This is the secret of our life. Unless Hashem said, okay, after Lama Hashem ate, Hashem told you, curse. Hashem cursed him. Excuse me. That doesn't mean bread. It means you're going to sweat for food. Here comes the Torah tells you on the land of Pesach, Yitzchak called Esau, only go get me the deer. He says, you're not the right. Yitzchak is blind. Yitzchak knows the truth. I want my Neshamah to give a bracha. The body doesn't give a bracha to the person. The Neshamah says, I want you to supply some energy to my Neshamah. So the Gemara says, Yitzchak said in the Torah, Tvarech nafshi. Yitzchak doesn't say that, but so it says, my soul is going to be. How? I want to supply energy to God. I says, because when you eat the meat of a deer, that supplies certain so-called vitamins to my spiritual body, and that give a bottle. That's what Yaakov, listen. The same energy you get from God. But it doesn't be the same taste. Because if it's not the same taste, it's going to give so-called vitamins another limb or another vein. Won't be the same. But in the meantime, God tells you the famine, drought, drought. What does it mean? It means it's a curse. That's what I'm saying. If we come out of Egypt, the goal is to be elevated. But we're not on the level exactly Hashem cares. How can you undo the curse? Hashem is, yes, it's like, okay, now what? Come on, Pesach, you want to do matzah? So the punchline, the little seder, is really a common. Hashem said, go have a piece of meat. Come on, Pesach, so it says, when are you going to have it? The Gemara says, you have it at the end of the meal. Beshalach. Come on, Chagiga first with other meat. You can't have it first. You can't have it. Pesach nechal al soba. It says, after you finish the whole meal, afikoman. So what? So the Gemara says, the taste of the last thing you say in your mouth. What does it mean exactly? Am I allowed to have water? Yeah. How about 2 cups of wine? Yeah. So what do you mean? What do you mean? That's the last thing. What do you mean the taste? I don't taste in my mouth. It's not a taste in my mouth. It's what you ate. Taste. What you ate. Not drink. Ate. Remember? Because for them, Rishon was a food, not drink. You go Niagara Falls, as much hot as you want. But food, it was a curse. You ate something that's supposed to eat. Okay, the last food that you eat on the Leil Seder should be one person. Why? Because I want the taste of the food to stay in your mouth. Taste. What do you mean the taste? Because this is to remind you. You know when you went down to Egypt? Because Adam Rishon not behave, came out of Gan Eden, also Shalom, what do you call it? Now, I want to tell you something. Pesach is something else. Pesach is the only time that the Hashem wants us to eat. It's not the mitzvah to eat. Nothing. Never. Let's maybe the second one. Said let's not. But not the Pesach Hashem wants you to have matzah and meat and machor. Chalim came with the wine also. But the wine is not important because it's sweet. But to undo so-called, also may say to jump over the decree that we should sweat for food, I'll tell you what it is. I'm going to teach you something. You do this, you have no problem with yourself. No problem with it. You just want to eat the energy. You know, I don't know. Then you're never going to have a drought. You're never going to have a famine. Because you're not looking for food. You're looking for special energy for the spiritual body that you have. And that's the secret. Well, we came out of Egypt, we took the leftover dough. Leftover dough, we came outside. Listen. I just want to show you something. All of you are going to make the same thing. You take, doesn't matter the amount of dough, put it on your head, it's going to get baked by the sun. And for the next 30 days, you eat it. What you have? Well, in my mouth, I have everything. Any taste I want, I have it. Okay. 30 days later, Torah says, it's over. They came to Hashem. Then Moshe says, I'm sorry, we have no food. She said, oh, good. I'm not upset then. I'm giving them the same idea. What did you have till now? We had leftover dough. Miraculously, was enough for 1 month. Why? Because he didn't think of food. Because he just thought about energy. I'm going to overcome the decree that I said that the curse of Adam Rishon is going to spread. But the food came from earth, right? I'm going to give it from Shemayim. It's going to be energy. Energetic food. Energy food. You can eat it. Any taste that you want, you're going to have. Why? Because you have to supply to all 630 pieces to make your body. That energy. And each limb and each vein should get really a special taste. Because we have 630 pieces in our body, 630 mitzvot. So every mitzvah is complied to one limb. And any taste is complied to one. So I'm not going to grow something from the floor. Because if I grow something from the floor, before Mashiach will come, it's going to have a curse. Because Hashem curse. Because the smiachlach is going to come out thorns. I'm going to do it from Shemayim, especially from Shemayim. Fetex Shemayim is going to be more. Let me tell you how it comes. First of all, I tell you, it's going to come first. It's going to come do. And then the man says as well, what do? What do you do? That's the do that Hashem is going to revive the dead. You get up, team, people will behave like angels, spiritual. So Allah says you're going to eat in Ramadan, yes. But when you eat, you can have only one thing in your mind. I eat to supply energy to my spiritual life. So Allah says you can everybody. You get up from the ground, so he's not alive. You can everybody. He's going to have clothing, he's going to sit down, he's going to eat. He's not eating because he wants to eat, because he wants to supply what Adam Rishon should have done in the Eden. So Hashem said, I want to explain to something. So say, listen, come Shabbat. I said, Kabbalah the Chala. I said, what is this? Remind me of Mann. Because Shabbat is Me'enon Hamabad. Shabbat is 1/60 of Olam Haba. It's Zohar Chai is so sweet that you must have 3 meals because it's Olam Haba. Zohar. Rambam doesn't think like this. But Zohar says Olam Haba. So what is this? I tell you what it is. The taste of the food of Shabbat is different. Because Olam Haba. Says the Gemara. This is the Rome, Antoninus. Ate by Rabbi Aderet. He converted. He gave him food on Shabbat. And he came Sunday. He gave him the same food. He told him it doesn't taste the same. He says, you make the same, make the same. So I asked him, how come? He said, listen, on Shabbat we have a special spice called Shabbat inside. If you taste the same taste that you eat on Shabbat, the same food during the week, something is wrong. The food on Shabbat tastes different. That's the Gemara says. Because Shabbat is a spiritual time. It's manual. It comes, Hashem said, I want to tell you something. Don't live one day to the next. So why should you live? Because it doesn't taste the same. Doesn't matter if you put them to training. Doesn't matter if you put them to freezing. The taste, I mean, it's fresh. It's not fresh. I remember when I was a kid, I used to take the chickens, slaughter it, and cook it. The same day, perfect. Next day, doesn't taste the same. Doesn't taste the same. If you cut a tomato, you eat it today, tastes. If you have a good tongue and you have good taste, tomorrow doesn't taste the same. I said, listen, I'm going to give you Mann every day because the taste should be every day the same. I'm going to tell you don't need to collect too much. It's going to be the same size piece all because we're talking about spiritual thing. So it doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are, how heavy you are, how skinny you are, doesn't matter anything. Because the Neshamah doesn't go with the person, body goes. The same Neshamah that you get when you're born, stay with you. So the body just grow up. But the Neshamah doesn't grow. So you have to support the Neshamah. If you have a Neshamah, who cares how old are you? Who cares how tall you are? Who cares? You support the Neshamah. I said, listen, support the Neshamah is enough 5 pounds a day. The more is just extra. You don't need it. It doesn't matter how old you are. I'm going to give you exactly. And don't live from one day to the next. Unless it's going to be, it's going to have worms. What's going to be worms? What will be worms? It will be worms because it's not the same taste. It's not good anymore. Throw it in the garbage. It's not good. The whole idea of the Mann is spiritual. By the way, it doesn't mean Friday doesn't come down because you can do it on Friday. And you can cook on Friday for Shabbat. You can have the same taste that Shabbat wants to you. Because it's Shabbat, it's been on Mabah, it's 1/60 of Mabah, it says you have spiritual food. As Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, go, tell Aaron, go put it in the jar, put it in the Beit HaMikdash. So what? Show what? To show it once upon a time we had it. So what's the big deal we had it that time? That time we had no expenses. Now I have to go. I don't understand. I'm talking to you about food, but it should have the food, the Shem Shamayim for spiritual love, not for physical. As Ari says, I was born normal, regular person. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if he said exactly, but he said, you know why I reached my level? Because the brachot that I said before I ate, and a special kavanah, and be slowly, and after that. He says that why I reach my level, you know why? Because that's what it means. When you have the kavanah, it means you understand the food is supplied by Hashem. The reason is it's not to have food, it's a spiritual level. And so Gemara says spiritual level, you don't have to use the better. Wherever In the desert, 40 years, they go to the bathroom. They went outside, the Gemara says, and they bought food from the peddlers, they had to use the bathroom. What do you mean? What does it mean? Because it just eat energy. It's not food. You put energy in the system. And that's the goal in life. And that's what Hashem told Adam Rishon, listen, go eat from the tree. So what do you mean? What's that tree? That tree has all the tastes in the world. And you can have nuclear bomb inside. What was it? Was a tree that contains all the trees inside. Doesn't matter how it looks like. And the Gemara said, what was the taste of that? They don't argue if it was wheat, was grapes, or was a fig, or anything. There's no name for that tree. So the question is, when Adam ate it, what it says, Adam taste it cannot define. A person cannot say, oh, I taste it, this is chocolate. Just tell me what you taste when you eat chocolate. You can describe it. The other guy that have chocolate, whatever he says, you don't know if it's the same taste. You don't know, you cannot compare taste. It's a good taste for you, okay. You like it, good. Okay, but doesn't mean you know exactly what the taste is. It's similar to sight. Say you see a color, it's red. And the other guy said red. You don't know if this is the same shade. You don't know. You can't prove it. They both call it red, and they both is right. They're not colorblind. But nevertheless, the color that you see, you can was nobody knows what it was. Regular look something, it had no name. It contained all the taste of all the trees. And that it was supposed to eat on Shabbat. That the Gemara says. If we would ate it on Shabbat, it would be Mashiach. Everything would be okay. He just ate it before the time. You got a nuclear thing. That's why it's all right. Because if you pump into a balloon too much air, it busts. Hashem told Adam, don't eat from it. It's too much energy. Too much energy is not good for you. On Shabbat, because Shabbat, a person has Neshamah Yetera, has a special Neshamah inside. He can tolerate it, he can handle it. That's a secret of Parshat Mann. Chachamim say, listen, yesterday people should say Parshat Mann. It's Parnasa, doesn't have much. Parshat Mann means that you say it and you read it and you understand the instructions and limitations. And what it you want, you come to a level that I'm not having food because I love food. I love the taste of the food because I want to supply the taste to my spiritual body, my 630 pieces of my body. And if that's it, this big episode is nothing to worry about the parnasa and the food you can have all the time. Because if you worry about the spiritual thing, not physical, it's a guarantee from Kadosh. That's the life that's beautiful. It's called Ramah. בברכת המזון, אמר מחיילים וזקנו, אליהם במקדש, לשבת במקדש, חיי עולם הבא. What is the rule? I just ate. What עולם הבא? Say עולם הבא all the time. What do you want עולם הבא? השם should give me life. זה, זקנו, התכוונו, משיח. משיח. What is משיח to do? You just say משיח, what משיח? בית המקדש, what do you want? Because it means I ate Hashem this, I ate. But whatever I ate, I want to reach the level that I can eat from Ramah. And I have a spiritual life. So the food that I ate, I want taste of the food that I ate should be supplied to my spiritual body, to my 600 pieces, 30 pieces. My body is being on Ramah means a declaration. So a declaration that my life is for Ramah, for spiritual life, from Ramah. Amen.